Leadership Comparison: Mary Barra and Elon Musk by Chris Gonsuron. This presentation is meant to compare two approaches to leadership, utilizing the concepts covered in this course for explanations. The leaders that are the topic of this report are Mary Barra of General Motors and Elon Musk of Tesla Motor Company. This report is separated into 4 sections. First will be a description based on articles and news reports pertaining to both CEOs. The second section will cover the leaders' social media activities to analyze how their followers respond to their communications. The third section will take the We will begin section 1 of the presentation by reviewing the timeline of Mary Barra's rise to Chief Executive Officer of General Motors. In 1980, after graduating from high school, Barra participated in the General Motors Cooperative Education Program while attending GMI Engineering and Management Institute. In 2008, Barra was once again promoted to the position of Vice President of Global Manufacturing Engineering. She held this position for 1 year before receiving another promotion to be the Vice President of Global Human Resources. After 2 years as VP of Global Human Resources, when Barra was named the new CEO of General Motors in 2014, she made a name for herself in the automotive history books by becoming the first female CEO of a major vehicle manufacturer. However, when she assumed the role of Chief Executive Officer at General Motors, when Barra began her role as Chief Executive Officer at General Motors, the company was still recovering from a recession where the company had to file for bankruptcy. However, this was not the only challenge for Barra to overcome. The previous leadership By June of 2014, Barra and GM had instituted the recall of over 7.5 million vehicles. This was her first step in tackling one of her biggest challenges, and that is to As the new CEO of GM, Barra's efforts to change the corporate culture of General Motors was seen in her action to hire a former U.S. attorney to conduct internal probes into the company to root out those responsible for the previous scandal. The culprits that Research into Mary's career uncovered direct quotes from Mary as well as statements made by other executives that help to paint the picture of who she is as a leader. Ross reports that upon rising to Chief Executive Officer of General Motors, Barra's efforts to change the culture of the organization. In reference to the organization's previous handling of problems, such as the ignition scandal, Mary voiced her attitudes towards addressing problems in her commencement speech to Kettering University. There, Mary stated that she has learned over time that it is best to handle problems as they arise by forming a team comprised of the right people that are. Mary's approach to leadership is further illustrated in the articles where she is quoted as saying that my rules are your rules when addressing her followers, and that she feels if employees are being mandated to perform their roles a certain way without considering their perspectives in the decision-making process. Taylor's article illustrates Barra's approach to compromise and collaboration in her leadership style. In response to customer feedback complaining about features in various GM products, Mary found that the collaboration between the different teams when designing a model's features were not as effective as she would have liked, which resulted in poor customer. The second half of Section 1 of this report will cover information obtained in the research regarding the leadership style of Elon Musk of Tesla Motor Company. First, we will begin by reviewing the timeline of career moves that Elon Musk took to become CEO of Tesla. In When Elon Musk took over as CEO of Tesla amid the recession in the United States, one of his first moves was to lead the company to success was to close offices located near Detroit that resulted in the layoff of employees working there. In a statement on the Tesla company blog defending this action, following his appointment as head of Tesla Motor Company, Elon Musk formed effective work groups to mitigate against failures in seeing his innovative products to market. Musk accomplished this by forming internal work groups comprised of experienced staff members who had previous experience in production and marketing in the automotive industry. Such an instance can be seen in the coverage of the delays in developing the Tesla Model X. Musk wanted to have the doors of the Model X open in a wing-like fashion from hinges located on the roof of the vehicle. Although innovative and revolutionary in design, the logistics of Musk and Tesla are known for keeping most of the information regarding production and manufacturing close to the chest, almost to the point that the majority of information pertaining to the company's progress and development comes from their filed earning reports and although Musk is an innovator and revolutionary in the automotive industry, as well as other industries, he has also shown poor judgment in his social media posts that are damaging to his organization. For instance, on August 7, 2018, Elon issued a tweet stating that although the settlement did see that Musk would attain approval for any business-related posts he made on social media, it did not stop him from being vocal about his dissatisfaction with the SEC. In a tweet following the settlement, Musk called out the SEC and issued an insult by changing their names in his tweet to the Short Seller Enrichment Commission. The SEC addressed his post by calling another hearing, where Musk defended his tweet by stating that the information was already publicly available through the company's earnings report. However, this didn't ignore the fact that he bypassed the approval of the company, which was indicative of unethical behavior on the part of a When looking at the social media presence of both leaders, one can determine how effective these leaders are at influencing their followers. For this section of the report, the author took to Twitter to analyze the most recent tweets from both leaders respectively. Here we will start with how Mary Barra's social media presence has affected her followers. A review of Mary's On the other hand, Elon Musk takes a different social media approach to reach his followers. Similar to Mary, Elon has many posts that are communicating information regarding business, but Elon can be seen to use his presence on Twitter to make private, casual posts that do not pertain to Tesla or his other businesses. In Figure 1, data taken from a sample of 5 of the most recent tweets from Mary's professional style tweets pertaining to the company or automotive industry and are compared with the number of likes received from the followers of Elon Musk tweets. Based on the results of the sample analysis and review of the follower responses to both leaders' social media posts, I make the following recommendations. To Mary, I would recommend that she utilize her social media presence more effectively by posting information on the interests of her followers. In this section of the report, we will cover an analysis of each leader's approach to leadership in their respective organizations. To determine what kind of leader both Mary and Elon are, the author will use concepts from Northouse's book Leadership, Theory and Practice, as well as Thompson's Making the Team. First, we will look at the leadership approach and skills of Mary Barra. By analyzing the context of the news and magazine articles about Mary, we were able to determine that her approach to leadership follows that of a transformational leader. The transformational leadership approach, according to Northouse, is seen when leaders strive to build trust It can be observed in Mary's leadership exploits pertaining to persuading the engineering teams to collaborate and compromise with one another. Mary's ability to persuade changes in her followers without making authoritative mandates is described by former GM Dan Ackerson as being Next, we will look to Northouse to explain the leadership ethics approach and compare it to the leadership style of Elon Musk. According to Northouse, leadership ethics can be viewed from two aspects, the conduct and the character of the leader. This entails that the actions as well as the personality of the leader determines the level of the leader ethics. Elon's conduct on social media during the privatization ordeal and the unapproved release of the production information the following year points to the unethical practices of communication made by Elon, which also showcases his egoism. Following the controversy surrounding Elon's Twitter activity, Musk showed another analysis made in this presentation uses the context of research into both leaders to determine which leadership skills both portray more strongly. The two skill traits this report will cover is technical skills and conceptual skills. Northouse defines technical skills as the knowledge and proficiency in a specific type of work or activity. With Barra's engineering background and experience from her previous roles in the GM Corporation, she has developed her level of technical skills and knowledge which allows her to be an effective CEO. Conceptual skills, according to Northouse, are seen in a leader that can take the ideologies and goals of an organization and formulate an action plan that will lead to company success. Although Musk does not understand all the technical details that goes into producing the final product, the final portion of this presentation's analysis will utilize Thompson's 5 crucial skills for managing team members. In the book, Thompson highlights 5 crucial expertise skills for leading team members. First is conflict resolution, where the According to Thompson's definitions of the 5 expertise skills for leading team members, the author was able to define the skills that both leaders portray in their news coverage. The leadership skill portrayed by Mary Barra is her ability to resolve the issues of collaboration Upon completion of the research into the leadership styles of Mary Barra and Elon Musk based on their news coverage of their leadership styles has left the author of this presentation with several takeaways. First is that regardless of the approach a leader takes or the skills that they possess, if they can utilize their abilities and styles effectively and are able to form work groups